this champion up, but it's really scary. Yeah, you have a Galio to follow up after the Crow Storm, but who knows if he will actually have the damage enough to wipe out the members here of NAOS Esports. This isn't gonna be denied though. It's an inkling that maybe, just maybe, the Kazakhs will be picked up, or maybe this Fiddlesticks.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the Kazakhs ban for the side of CES, because that could still be NAOS Esports that could pick this up for themselves, considering that you have the possibility of CES still going in for the side, still going in for these champions, and having an assassin for the side of NAOS Esports could really accelerate these potentials into the jungle. And Kazakhs ban to be expected, removed from the champion pool for Fate. Lucian is still open for NAOS for that early game power.
Interesting bans coming from Cerberus Esports. Early game champions that can really assassinate on isolated champions has been taken away by Cerberus Esports. Lucian not going to be hesitated here by NAOS Esports. Just pick up. Mirmo was really good on this champion earlier. Was killed a little bit in some scenarios, but it doesn't really imply that he will struggle in the lane. He's still very, very confident, especially with this kind of composition that they have built up. So much peel is present for this Lucian. And it's very different a little bit here for Cerberus Esports. Yes, everyone will go in, but that leaves the Ezreal quite prone on the backline.
Yeah, and I like the Ezreal pick here coming in for the side of Cerberus Esports, because I think that will leave the possibility of his own safety net coming into this matchup. Considering how you have the Gal, you have to have Fiora, Akali, Yone, there's a little bit more or less of appeal here for the bottom laners, for Genza. And when it comes to the early game, Lucian will dominate when it comes to that all-in type of fights into the bottom side at level 1 to level 3. So having the Ezreal into the pockets for the side of Cerberus gives you a little bit more space to be able to just poke around Mermo and have that safety net when it comes to the laning phase.
I just love this Riven pick off, not only because recently we have seen a great win by Repel on this particular champion, but also this composition of NAOS Esports just provides so much AoE damage. Yes, the Akali of BMM can hide under the shroud, but she will still get hit by the attacks here of NAOS Esports. There's so much AoE damage, including even Mirmo with the culling later on. And Cerberus Esports, they don't, similar to game number 1, they don't really have that much frontline power and team fight setup as well. Yes, there is the Fate Seal, yes, there is the Hero's Entrance, but after that is the big question, because NAOS is still loaded.
Yeah, NAOS is definitely loaded coming to game number 2. And now going down, it's already match point for the Philippine team. It's NAOS Esports, who is 1 game away. We're taking the series away. Let's see if CES could make it back in this series.
Cerberus Esports giving it one more go in this series, giving their all with this composition against NAOS Esports after that unfortunate game number 1. And this is the game that we will see if this series will extend to a game number 3.
Yeah, we'll see. Especially the possibility of CES that they have shown us in the past games that they had. As you have mentioned, defeating the likes of G2, Blacklist, and the Titans past few days. But here we go. NAOS Esports, traditional playstyle. You have a little bit more safety here coming into the early game, considering they have the Vladimir into the mid lane. The jungle is also Aatrox, so those early engages not gonna happen.
Let's see if NAOS Esports Dragolaner is gonna be much safer as well. Mirmo a while ago got caught in game number 1, right? Akano this time has 2 crowd controls available at level 2, or level 3 rather, since he did pick up different skill a while ago. NAOS Esports just setting vision as well a little bit, checking the red side jungle here of Y1 in case that there's gonna be an early gank. So there is a possible setup here in the bottom lane. Top lane though is a different story. Calm already establishing control against Taku.
Yeah, level 2 here, Calm has more utilities, mobilities, shields as well built into Riven's skill kit, and I think that just gives him a lot of advantage here. And coming into the cannon wave, with a wave pushing onto the side of CES, it's just an availability for the top laner for NAOS Esports to go in for the reset. Now Margot roams into mid lane, just visits, but meets onto Akano. Will not go for the all-in.
He's not scared for Akano. Mitsura's also there, given the amount of crowd control and also just AoE damage that they can deal towards BMM, even if he hides under the shroud. There's massive pressure already established. Great play though by BMM, just getting the Honey Fruit away from Mitsura, denying a bit of sustain Top side though, NAOS Esports, especially for Com in this Riven versus Fiora matchup, he is very, very comfortable already since he had great experience with this kind of matchup already, even Season 1. Has the Ignite as well in case of a duel.
Yeah, and it's just a really clever here coming from NAOS. The little bit of very minute things that could make a huge difference there, right? Because the resets coming in from Vladimir before that wave occurred, he was able to buy the boost. Now you're looking at the rotations here into the bottom lane that could go for the 4v2 gang.
Oh man.
Knock up. 4v2, here we go, Mitsura with the Tides of Blood going into the backside. Akino is really low, a 1-for-1 trade is secured. BMM comes into fray as well, hoping to deny a kill of their own. But BMM is a little bit of a long distance into that fight. A 3v1 is not a situation that they could win. It's already a 2 kills for the side of NAOS Esports with the exhaust, no mobility for Akali, and NAOS secures a 3-for-1.
Great setup there by NAOS Esports, as they get 2 kills uncontested and undenied here by Cerberus Esports. But they do answer back in the top lane, securing a couple of plates here. The tier 1 tower of Calm. Vargas here just to help him out. Knock up. Just to deny.
Very, very sustainable champion for the Fiora. Repose there to just cancel any more engage. And CES will be able to go out unscathed.
It's such a great investment here by NAOS Esports to send 4 people. Because had it been just 3, it could have been a different story. Because they already lost 1 member. Their support got taken out after taking too much tower damage. BMM tried to get an outplay towards Mitsura, but with the amount of damage that NAOS Esports just has, he had to stay under the tower and try to get a good damage towards Mitsura at the very end, but unsuccessful with it either.
Yeah, it was just overall good rotations overall. The resets coming in from Mitsura as well. That was just big brain because that forces BMM as well to go in for reset after Mitsura resets coming into the wave as well to just even out the little playing field. Now Murmo in danger. It's a 2v1. Fate Shield already connects, but a flash coming from Murmo denies it. Going to the backside, goes in with a shield of Durand. The taunt was perfect, and CES secures the kill. But a 1-for-1 has it back for NAOS Esports, and now Fate comes into fray. BMM goes for the shuriken flip to go into the hillside. Galio falls down. BMM with Ignite takes him down, but overall with a 2-for-1, NAOS takes it back.
Mirmo with such a great stalling there after getting gapped by 4 people was so pivotal. NAOS Esports was still able to recover, at least securing 1 more kill to Cerberus Esports to allow them to continue scale up and get the gold going on their side. Before the objectives spawn up.
Once again, those macro plays consistently is just so insane, and Murma denying the blue buff away from the Yone. This is what makes NAOS built different away from every single team in the APAC conference. It's just so good.
Yeah. Now they take the dragon, and Cerberus Esports cannot do anything but watch and just trade out objectives. That is how great this composition and this execution is for NAOS Esports.
And they could take the turret into the bottom lane right after. Taku is left alone standing here for the side of CES. It's a 3v1 from here on out. Margot goes in for the initial engagement. Suru with the Tides of Blood as well with a Sanguine Pull. Gets that safety. Taku gets away with 1 HP. But with the ultimate from Mitsura secures the kill. And now Esports once again. The trades are secured. CES will take the first turret into the mid lane. And that will give them a bit of gold injection for the side of BMM. Murmo uses the calling as well up against BMM along with the Ignite. Kicks him down. The passive might be able to secure it, but BMM, just a perfect moment to use up the flash to go back and retreat.
Had it been BMM going for the Honey Fruit, he would have been taken down. But fortunately, he did walk away and committed on backing. Now Esports maintaining their foot on the gas pedal here in this game and continues the pressure against Cerberus Esports. Despite losing the tower into the mid lane, they're able to really get so much pressure towards Cerberus Esports. Now, Cerberus Esports is trying to get this tower, at least in the bottom lane, but needs to be very careful, of course.
Margot
towards the engage here.
Fate is there as well. 3-man rotations for NAOS to even out the level playing field up against CES. And now Murmo comes in, calls the Forge God.
Hitting 1.
Gets the knock up onto Y1, but it's too far away, and NAOS has to retreat.
This tower in the bottom lane might be for free now for NAOS Esports. Taco will still try to defend, but it's very risky. Fortunately, Akeno is going to be here. Y1 as well, just helping out, stalling this tower takedown. Cerberus Esports tower gets to live another day. Top side being pressured this time around by NAOS Esports as the solo laners are now on the side lanes. NAOS Esports continues to look for picks, and this is where Cerberus Esports really needs to watch out, because yes, they do have the hero's entrance ready in play, they do have the fate sealed, but if the isolated members gets picked off, it's going to be so detrimental for them.
1v1 up against Taco. Already used the Blade of Exile here, but Taco is on the change with the Grand Challenge. With the timing of the stun for Calm, it denies the push for Taco.
Topside BMM. Knock off.
Margo, knock off, will not connect as Akeno BMM will be able to dodge it away. And now the Shield of Durant taunts down Margo.
Y1?
Follow up by 1-1 with a Fate Seal not connecting. But Margo will still be finished, eliminated on top side with a trade in the opposite side of the map. Now secures Taku.
1 for 1. Both teams really going at each other right now. This top lane tower might actually just get taken down here by Cerberus Esports unless NAOS Esports gets to go on the rotation quickly as possible. Also, Akeno and Y1 just getting some of the monsters here, jungle camps of Fate, just to get more gold denied here for this Aatrox. Cerberus Esports not really trailing that much behind, only 1,000 gold deficit by them, and still very winnable. They can still bounce back here. They have a great scaling composition on this Edril, on the Yone as well as the Akali. Even the Fiora can win against the Riven later on, and that's something that NAOS Esports really needs to watch out for.
Ooh, almost cancels the recall coming from Mitsura, but right now Calm once again secures another turret for the side of NAOS Esports, breaking down 2 tier 1 turrets already from both side lanes. For the side of CES, they could still take away a turret of their own here in the bottom lane, have the even level playing field when it comes to lane prio onto Dragon, as it will come out soon.
NAOS Esports does have superior team fighting here in this case. But Cerberus Esports has some great answers towards their engage as well if they can get the backline access. And like what you mentioned during the drafting phase, right? Genza is very independent, can just kite away the members here of NAOS Esports. That can be a big problem here for NAOS Esports. And also the question of who is going to be their priority can be problematic for NAOS Esports. If they don't get the layering off CC, if they don't catch BMM under the shroud, if they don't take them down, it's going to be a challenging pursuit towards this soul point.
Now, let's see what will CES do here. We have information that Mitsura is onto the bottom lane. Fate is there as well, so information provided. Yeah, it's just really good for CES. But now Dragon objective is now up. CES has to be wary of this objective. Margo sees a lot of damage coming from Y1, but Mitsura gets information from Taku. Fate as well. It's just a hold on position here from NAOS and CES.
This is the calm before the storm, basically.
Overextends, and that's the perfect timing for CES to counter it out with a Fate Seal knocked up. And now Ornn is gone. It's a 3v5 in favor for CES.
That's what we talked about earlier. The backline access, the burst is just there for Cerberus.
Akeno just this punch knocks up onto 2, and that will be the Shield of Durant to follow up. Mitsura looking for Y1. The Tides of Blood will not connect. Sanguine Pool will not be enough BMM, but Shuriken Flip connects onto Mitsura. Now he's gone. He brings it down to a 2v4. Pulls back onto Genza. Dusha will not connect as well. Y1 follows up with it all in. Calm is gone, removed, and Y1 gets his answer.
Such a great outplay by Cerberus Esports, especially after getting 2 kills already. NAOS Esports had no reason to stay, but they did try, and Cerberus Esports just went for the punish. Now,
well done there. Y1 down very low. Fate secures the kill, and that will open up NAOS Esports. Be able to pressure the mid lane.
They will not give up without a fight. NAOS Esports will try to look at the other options of avenues of opportunities right now. Taku will get denied an entry there. Fate having a great kill a while ago to Y1, just set things up for the team once more. At least regain momentum and deny some gold lead here by Cerberus Esports. They're only up by 500, but that is still a massive turnaround from the 1,000 deficit that they had a while ago.
Yeah, the thing is, it's CES who still needs to buy a little bit more time. Ezreal has to have great item power spikes here So they just have to wait for the opportunity for Genza to be able to scale to produce a lot more damage into those team fights and those pokes as well, because that will be a little bit more of the dependency here for CES to be able to have that advantage before a full-on engage. Concur.
Slow scaling. That is the goal here of Cerberus Esports. They have full trust in BMM, especially with this outplay ability. And that was demonstrated a while ago, getting so much damage thrown out to NAOS Esports. Y1 as well on the Fate Sealed, landing on the crucial members here of NAOS Esports, catching Mirmo off guard. That has been the gameplay and like the goal here of Cerberus Esports. And so far, it has been giving them such great opportunities to work around the map. Now they're very confident to just go on solo. Taco as well, slowly winning against Calm. This is the thing that we talked about earlier. It will come to a point in time in which the Riven will start to have a big problem on the Fiora.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, as always, Fiora is the queen of duels, right? She's just amazing at having that 1v1 fight. So as always, coming into a situation wherein it forced out a 1v1 type of situations into the side lanes, it is Fiora who will have the consistent advantage. And I think that is what the problem is currently that we are facing into the bottom lane. But look at Mermo now coming to visit Taco as well. Brings it down to a 2v1. That will disregard the advantage that Fiora has. And now Mitsuri is down low. Sanguine Full to be able to retrieve. But Ignite will still take him down. A 1-for-1 trade overall.
And if NAOS Esports gonna take one, Cerberus Esports will also take one from NAOS Esports. They're fully aware of the gank in the bottom lane. They caught Mitsura off guard. Marco spinning them down, slowing them out. The great engage!
Just this punch along with a flash actually goes in, but Akano is down low as well. The CC shake-up from NAOS is perfect, and now Galio is gone. And Y1 answered back into the back line. Murma is deleted.
BMM!
And now a BMM comes into fray, looking for the assassinations. Y1 is removed from the table by Fate. And now brings it down to a 2v2. BMM looks pretty engaged here, but Kenta is down low. Murgle looks for the opportunity, and Fate secures the finishing blow. But CES will win in the end.
BMM is unstoppable at this point. NAOS Esports can't catch him at all. And they do struggle in team fights now. We look into the replay and how it actually happened. It started quite good for Cerberus Esports. There was a great follow-up coming in from Fate, and they got the punish on Akeno. But Y1 targeting Mirmo, taking him down, especially with this Yone damage, is key to at least secure it 1-for-1. And then BMM just shining light on the members of NAOS Esports, completely untouched in the entire team fight. Fate and Mark just went for Genza. That's the only possible kill that they can actually secure. But for BMM, it's just impossible.
Yeah, and the thing is, they couldn't retreat because BMM was basically just hovering around. They were gatekeeping these two players for the side of NAOS Esports. So getting those kills was the very least that they could do. That was the silver lining from that fight. And NAOS Esports, with the Ocean Drake alive here, both CES and NAOS will be looking to these objectives.
Cerberus Esports, they have the upper hand this time around. They can be the one to set up vision, and NAOS Esports will be going in blindly in this area. Scuttle Crab has already been secured. Just preventing any sort of follow-up there from Cerberus Esports. But this Dragon might just get to Cerberus Esports at this point. NAOS Esports is too much down already at this point. They are trying to get a couple of picks. Y1 checking the area. Look at denied access. Lucid Barrage hitting Fate as well. This is massive control by Cerberus Esports.
Now all about the position game for now. The one who will overextend will have a difficult time, but BMM looking into the backside. Mitsura is seen. Genza will turn around. BMM goes for the engage as well. Forces out the Sanguine Full along with a Proto Belt with a flash to be able to retreat. But that is a signal for NAOS Esports to start up the engage into the river. Akano is down low. The flash coming in from top secures the kill for them. Brings it to a 4v5. BMM is down low. The follow-up coming in from Fade as well as Mermo. Secures the kill to the assassin for CES. Now Taku hoping into the backside for the fishing glow. And that will be NAOS who will take the ace, who will take the team fight for themselves.
Great outplay by Mitsura. Just dragging along BMM, forcing him to make onto him, and then the rest of NAOS Esports turning onto Akeno, finding opportunities to just win the team fight from there. Taku tried to get the kill onto Mitsura at the very end, but just got sucked out of his life, and Mitsura got his HP back onto his side, and now it's gonna be the game. NAOS Esports, what a tremendous outplay that they did, and will get the revenge for G2 Blacklist. They 2-0 Cerberus Esports.
One team fight that changed it all. Manila NAOS once again taking the win in the APAC conference up again.